Hello my beautiful crafty friends, I am Katia with Lunar Sun Creations. If you watched my last video, I made some acrylic skins with some opaque colors and just did some kind of acrylic pouring techniques to create them. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up above here and in the description box below. Today I want to play with some different mediums to create some translucent acrylic skins that I want to use on a different project. To make translucent skins, first you need a medium as the base that will dry clear. So I have quite a few different kinds that I want to play with. I'm experimenting here. So I've got some golden soft gel gloss. I've got some golden soft gel matte, because I want to see what the difference is between those. I've got some golden gloss medium, some clear tar gel, and just a regular Liquitex pouring medium. And then I also have some Liquitex glass beads that I haven't played with before, so I'm going to experiment with those as well. So to make translucent skins, you need a clear medium as well as a translucent paint. So most paint companies will have on the label a box that is open and blank right there. That means it is translucent. So here's another one. This is a Amsterdam paint, and it's hard to see that box, but it is also open, like a clear box, so that means it's translucent. If you see a box that is half filled in, that means it's a semi-transparent. Here's an example on a Liquitex brand. So see, the box is half filled in, so that means it's semi-transparent. And then if a box is completely filled in like that, that means it's an opaque paint. So that's how you can tell whether or not your paint is transparent or not. So here's an Amsterdam that is also opaque. Okay, so we're going to play with some transparent and semi-transparent colors today. I've written at the top of each one of my sheets what I'm going to be using it with, so I can kind of keep track of it. So this one is the Golden Gloss Medium. I'm just using sheet protectors because you need something that it will peel off of. You could also use a silicone mat, or you could use freezer paper. That works as well. So just something that's going to be able to let you peel it back off. Okay, so let's start with the Golden Gloss Medium. I'm just going to pour a little bit out onto my canvas and spread it around. You can see the consistency is quite thin. Okay, so I'm going to spread that around. Might just use a tiny bit more because I do want a decent layer of it so that I get you want the paint skin to be, you know, a decent thickness, because if it's too thin you won't be able to peel it up. Okay, so once you have it all spread out, I know it's really hard to see, but it's there. And I'm just going to use a few colors here. Let's go with the turquoise. It's a phthalo turquoise. Just need a tiny little bit. Some quinacridone violet. And maybe a bit of the greenish blue. Okay, and then I'm just going to take a paintbrush and kind of just move it around. You want some spots to still, you don't want it completely covered, you want there to be a little bit of the gel kind of showing through. Just give some texture. I'm not going to clean my brush, I'm just going to go right into the next color. I have a little bit too much paint, but that's okay. And then moving right into the turquoise. Just making some cool textures here. Okay, and we'll see how that dries. I'm going to try to remember not to put quite as much paint on there. I think that might be a little bit much paint, but we'll see how it goes when we dry. Okay, so I'm going to try the soft gel matte on this side and the soft gel gloss on this side. Okay, so this is the soft gel gloss. And then this will be the matte over here. Okay, I'm going to try, I've got some that have been mixed up with some pouring medium, so they're a little bit more fluid. So this is the Permanent Violet. Just going to try and make them somewhat the same. This is a mostly golden green gold. There is a little bit of other paint mixed in with it that is a semi-transparent. I believe it was the light olive green, so we'll see how transparent this ends up being. And then this is the quinacridone violet. And this is the greenish blue. It was mixed with another color, but I can't remember what color it was, so we'll see how transparent that ends up being. Okay, and now I'm going to kind of mix those into the mediums. And I'm kind of liking a bit of the blending here, so I'm not too worried about the colors mixing. This is mostly just for experimental sake anyway, so I will use these skins though. But this is more of an experiment than anything, just to see what happens. Alright, I'm kind of curious. I have this piece of lace, and I'd like to cut a little piece of it and put it in each one, and then put a little bit more of the medium over top just to see what happens. So I'm just going to cut a couple little pieces. I'm going to lay a piece right in the center. I'm going to do the same on the other one, just for funsies. Okay, and then I will put a little bit more over the top just to kind of seal it in there. So this is the matte. Just want to get it completely covered. Okay. And we'll do the same with the gloss. Okay, and we'll just kind of see what happens when that dries. Looks like a bit of a hot mess right now, but it could turn out really, really cool. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. Okay, so the next one is tar gel. Now, tar gel is this really cool, super stringy mixture. It will just keep going and going and going and going. I don't know if you can see that right now. So it's a very stringy mixture. So I'm going to first spread some, oh, I have a little bit of paint still. Oh, it's all right. I'm going to spread some down, and then I'm going to mix some color with it. But I'm going to mix the color first before putting it on the palette, and then I'm going to drizzle it on. Trying to get a fairly even coat, because I want to make sure this will pull off all in kind of one skin. Now I'm going to take a few of these tiny little cups. I'm going to put a little bit of tar gel in each one and mix the color into the cups. Now when you are using tar gel, because it's such a sticky product, you want to make sure to really clean the rim of your container, or you'll seal it shut when you put the lid back on. Okay, so I'm just going to take a baby wipe and just go around the edge just to make sure that I can open this again in the future. Okay, and I'm going to go with some greens. I'm going to do that green gold. I just need a stirring stick. Oh, a spoon will work. Okay, so I'm just going to mix it up in the cup. And then just drizzle it on, and it should just keep going. And you can create all kinds of really cool textures with this. I'm going to kind of spread out the couple globs that are there though. I don't want it to be too globby. I'm going to use another green. I don't think this one is transparent, but we're going to do it anyway. Because like I said, this is for experimentation. So I'm going to take the spoon and do it this way and see how that goes. Okay, and some blues. Blues? Actually, let's try some gold. I haven't tried a metallic before, so let's try this gold metallic. Okay, I have one more cup left. I think I am going to do some blue. Okay, well that looks kind of cool. We'll see what it looks like when it dries. That's the really fun part, is the pulling it up off the sheet protector. Okay, I'm going to set this one aside. Okay, this time I'm just going to use the Liquitex, just the pouring medium. Give it a spread. It's probably more than I needed. Oh well, that's all right. This one I'm going to just dot it on and then kind of swirl it around and see what happens then. Okay. Go with a bit of purple. Now some of these colors that I'm using now aren't completely transparent, so we'll see how that affects everything. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's just got like a kind of almost like a, well, it looks like there's tiny little beads in it, which makes sense. So it's got a very trippy texture. Okay, I'm just gonna put a little bit here and there just to see what comes out. And we'll put some down here. Well, I've got rid of a lot of my pretty swirls, so I feel like maybe I might do another one of these swirly ones. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna keep going with the glass beads all over this one and then do another one with the swirls. Yeah, that's the plan. Well, this one's kind of wild. It's a very mixed color now. Okay, glass beads. Okay, I'm gonna try one more doing the swirly thing. I think I'm gonna use the gloss medium again for this one. I know there's probably a few people who are thinking that I'm using an awful lot of product just for, you know, experimentation. However, even no matter how these turn out, I'm going to use them. I'm not going to waste anything. Because I have faith that these are all going to turn out really cool. I really do. Okay, I'm going to use those same colors. Okay, and I think I'm going to switch up the turquoise though. I'm going to use a different shade of turquoise. Okay, now we're going to swirl it around. Okay, I think that is good, and now we'll see how that one dries. For you it's just going to be a few seconds, but for me it's going to be at least a couple days. These are going to take a while to dry. So I will see you so we can do the reveal and see how these all turned out. Okay, so it has been 24 hours exactly, actually, and they all seem to be dry. So we're going to do the big reveal and see what they look like. So this is the first one that we did. This is with the golden gloss medium. Let's find a corner that will peel up. Oh, I think this is going to be a nice one. So you can see how easily it peels off. Super clean. There's just one spot in there. I don't know what happened there, but... Alright, so you can see that you can see my hands underneath, more so on this side than this side, but this was a semi-opaque, I think. But very, very pretty. We can definitely do some cool stuff with that. Now once you take your skins off, make sure to put them in between some wax paper or something of that nature. You never want to put them on top of each other or they'll just stick and they'll never come back off. Oh, and I think I just screwed this one up. Shoot. This one wasn't dry yet. I did not realize that the tar gel was sitting underneath my other one, and I think I just completely messed it up. Shoot. I'm so bummed. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try and scrape this off and put it back on here and then let it dry. It was dry to the touch, but not underneath. Alright, well, hopefully that will at least come off in one skin now. I'm going to finish letting that one dry so you can get the little peek of that, but that's unfortunately all you're going to get with this one for now. Okay, well, let's try the gel and gloss mediums. So this is the matte medium. Well, looks like they're kind of together, so we'll pull them up together, I guess. Okay, so this was the matte on this side, this was the gloss on this side. So this is the matte here now. The lace kind of worked. I think I like it better in the matte. Oh, it's still not quite dry. See that the white bits? That means it's not quite dry. And then the gloss is definitely more transparent. But they both look quite cool. I definitely think there's some cool uses we could make out of them. I'm not completely sold on the lace in there though. I think it needs to be less prominent maybe. Maybe needs to be in a thicker layer or something. But I do like the effects of the gels though. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. The next one we did was with the glass beads. This one looks quite interesting. Okay, so that is with the glass beads. They look pretty cool. So I could see this being a very cool texture on a mosaic or something. I mean, bubbles maybe? They could look like tiny bubbles underwater or something. Ooh, maybe an underwater scene if I do this all with blue. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it again without any other colors but blues, and kind of strategically place the glass beads so they look like bubbles going up to the surface. Yeah, I think that's the plan. Okay, now the last one we did with all the swirls, unfortunately, everything went whoop all into the corner, so we lost pretty much all of our swirls, which is really disappointing. So I'm gonna have to do this one again as well. And I'm not entirely sure if that corner is completely dry. However, even though it's very thin and delicate, this part, let me just show you over the white again, like that is quite pretty. Very, very like ethereal almost. So maybe that's the way to go. Maybe just to do it even lighter or to like tilt it. I don't know. They both have both the thick part and the thin part have really cool aspects to them. I think this one's definitely worth kind of playing with more. Get some really cool ethereal sky effects. Some like almost like cloud formations. Yeah, I love that. So yeah, unfortunately I can't show you that tar gel one. Maybe in a future video. So you'll just have to keep watching my videos and you'll see this one in a future video. Alright, so that is my experiment in mediums and acrylic skins. I think it was a great success because I'd like to start doing some mixed media kind of projects, almost like collaging with the skins. So that's kind of my plan. So I'm going to start doing skins, you know, like I was saying, some water looking skins and some clouds, and you know, try and make some scenes with my skins and make them all out of skins. So that's kind of my plan. And then the ones that are a little bit more abstract, I want to make some jewelry with them, and I've got a whole bunch of ideas in the works that I would like to play with. So yeah, so stay tuned for another video where you will see me A, make some of those things, and B, unveil this bad boy. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I do have on my channel now a buy me a coffee button. It's kind of like a little tip jar almost, so it helps me immensely in keeping this channel going and keeping a whole bunch of free content coming to you. So feel free to buy me a coffee. I love me some coffee. Alright, love you all. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye!